the ethics part's really interesting, especially in the food industry nowadays. I mean, it's a really hot topic. And is there any other things along those lines that you would say are just specific to the food industry? Like when you're trying to scale, I can imagine there's so many roadblocks if you're trying to scale up a factory from 10 staff up to 60, 70, like
Yeah.
you have done. What are some of the big challenges you meet there?
It's trial and error. And there's nothing else in the food industry that anybody can tell you otherwise. It's just trial and error. Like from a Vacuum's point of view, like we had some huge fails that nearly put us out of business. Like for instance, we launched an eclair range. You'll see them. I think there's one in Dunleary now at the shop. But we'd like come up with these amazing eclairs, and they just didn't hit the mark. I was convinced that they were going to hit the mark, and they just didn't. And they nearly put us out of business. We were investing loads. Same with we invested a lot into the protein snack industry. So we were manufacturing. So we were manufacturing for certain people, and that was a huge thing. We were convinced that what happened there was, I don't want to name any of the names on this that we were working with, but probably the biggest uh, protein bar, Irish protein bars, we were going to be manufacturing for them. But then obviously they pulled the plug on that. And obviously the two guys who started that business moved away from it. And we were then stuck with all these protein products, but no one to sell them to. So we went with other people. Huge mistakes. We didn't know the industry. We didn't know the ingredients properly. We didn't know the lay of the land and how it works for the margins for someone like that within that industry. So that was kind of something that you kind of have to just grin and bear. So going back to it, like it is a trial and error. Again, one stage we were nearly contracted to do a lot into Dubai. We were over there. We had done deals with Singapore and Dubai to kind of import a lot of our products in. It didn't manifest a lot into anything, but we put so much time, effort, and money into it that again it nearly broke our back because again, as the MD, I was convinced of this, and I wasn't listening to the people around me that might have gone, "This mightn't be the way through." Where I was like, "Well, no, I have to be saying, I have to push this. I have to push the envelope out because, especially with Couverture, it was a failing business. So I always felt like I had to push the envelope out to get it to a success, and nothing I did made the company a success in that sense. It was all stuff organically done, learning it the right way, learning your industry, learning what people wanted, not what I wanted to sell, which was my problem. I thought I
Mhm.
wanted to sell this, and I was convinced I knew the consumer. So it's kind of stuff like that that's very unique to the food industry, where you have to know what people want before you think you can offer it to them. So it is trial and error. It's one of those things where it's just going to take time. Even people coming into the industry who might reach out to me, I tell them the same thing: is you always have a winner when you start a food business. No matter how many products, you always have a winner, and you can coattail that. But if you're not adding on to the wins, then that winner disappears pretty quickly. So yeah. So back to it, it is trial and error, which is probably the most unique thing in our industry, because we are always trialing and we're always failing and we're
Yeah.
always waiting for the next successful product. It's just as simple as that. And that successful product will not be successful in a 3 to 5 year space. Just as simple as that.